Last night I was able to see The Book Thief, which is a new film coming out next week that's an adaptation of the really well-acclaimed modern classic book of the same name by Markus Zusak. And it's about a young girl who kind of finds solace in learning to read and reading books during World War II in Germany. I haven't read the book, so I cannot compare at all to the source material. All I know is that it's really, really popular, well-loved. I believe it's used in schools now, and it's like a young adult novel. And this film is kind of like a World War II movie that's kind of targeted at a younger audience, which is kind of nice and interesting to see that this drama can play out in all of its intensity and still appeal to, you know, like someone who's 12, 13 years old or even a bit of an older teenager. I mean, I'm not that young, but I still felt the movie in that way. I enjoyed it, I liked it, and I felt its power. It's a movie that makes me want to read the book, which is always a good thing if you feel compelled to still want to revisit the story afterwards, because I thought it was a great story. It's not so much a heavy narrative, and I'm not sure how much the book plays on the idea of the importance of reading and the fact that she's this kind of book thief because she steals or borrows books from this wealthy woman that their family works for. But in the movie, it is obviously played upon, but I thought that was more the focus of the film, where the film kind of is just this more ensemble cast and looking at the way that the war is affecting all these people in this little town in Germany, and specifically on this one street. The leading role, Liesel, is played by Sophie Nelisse, and I have a special place in my heart for this young girl because I've seen her before actually in a French-Canadian movie from Quebec called Monsieur Lazare, which was nominated for Best Foreign Film a couple of years ago, and it's one of my favorite recent films. That was a film that hit me really hard, and her performance in it specifically was really just vital and so important to me. And I remember writing my review for that movie because it's one of my favorite reviews that I've ever written, and saying how I wish this girl would get more work. So once I saw that she was starring in The Book Thief, I was just like ecstatic to see that she's, you know, to see that she's moving into this bigger realm of movies and that, you know, people are going to know this young girl. She's a great, great actress. Also in the film are more recognizable people like Geoffrey, who's awesome in this movie, and Emily Watson, who's great in this movie, and also this little young boy in this movie who I absolutely adored. I'm probably going to butcher his name, Nico Liersch. He plays Rudy in the film, and he's just so vibrant and great. He's so good in this role. So yeah, the film focuses on World War II, and it's, as I said, it's a drama that caters to a younger audience, and a war film that caters to a younger audience. I mean, it's not even so much about war, as much as it is about these people who are still living and who are still finding ways to get by and to stay happy. And there's not a completely bleak tone to this movie, even though it's like narrated by death. Like, death is the narrator of this movie. Yet still there's this very hopefulness to the film that is really endearing, and, you know, you find yourself laughing. There's a lot of light moments, and for a film that's so bleak and you know, so the cinematography is amazing also, and the score, and it's so like gray and dramatic, but there's still so many light moments, and even with all of the horrible things that are going on, it's not a bleak movie, which is also, you know, such a great thing. It's a good balance of tones, and the performances are all great, and everything really technically about it is really good. So the only fault I could possibly find with the movie is if maybe it doesn't capture the book, but I don't know if it does or not. So I'm going to say The Book Thief is a really good movie. I went in with no expectations and I came out really enjoying it. Very last scene is really out of place, and I did not like that. It kind of doesn't ruin the movie, but like the very, very last scene, the last like minute of the movie is just kind of unnecessary, and I didn't really like how the plot just took that really conventional route as it did in the film. But other than that, that's really my only main complaint. Other than that, I thought it was a very well done film that'll appeal to a wide audience, and that I hope younger children, young teenagers who have read the book or who are just, it's like a drama for younger kids. Usually a war drama you can really show younger kids because it's violent or because it's just, too serious, but this film isn't. It's just a nice kind of balance of things that will appeal to a younger audience. So that's my review of The Book Thief. I'm giving it a B+, and I'm Adriana. My blog is Fresh from the Theater. If you like what you see, please subscribe.